Hello again. So, for our second subject on episode 21.
It's very official, isn't it? It's like, for our first subject, for our second subject.
We're very formal today.
We are.
Feeling very formal.
Yeah.
It's because we're having that bloody big Larry party.
I know.
We've gone all...
We just feel like we should be,
get
a bit
a
steady.
tie on.
Yeah, come on.
Like a bit of dignity. Come on.
Have some dignity.
Have we traded the blue-collar hero for the white-collar rock star?
Explain for the millions of viewers.
I was thinking about this. If you think about like the Golf GTI Mark 1.
Yeah.
And how... And all those Essex blue-collar heroes.
Yeah.
Like the XR2 and...
That's the definition of, really, isn't it?
The
That kind
XR2
of Ford.
is probably...
Kind of Ford is
British,
blue-collar proper,
yeah. One and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, and the Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
The Lotus Cortina. All these cars from back in the day. They were these, what you called as a blue-collar hero, and that, if you don't know what that means, it means the Capri.
That's a proper blue-collar hero, that one.
Blue-collar rapist.
Yes, we will have to revisit that
Blue-collar
one.
paedophile.
Was that episode 2?
It
3?
was. Like, the idea of a blue-collar hero was that if you were working a blue-collar job, back when you could support...
Blue-collar jobs existed.
Back when blue-collar jobs existed, and you could support your whole family and buy a house and everything else, there were these cars in the showrooms, there were these cars racing, that you were kind of like, I could have one of them one day.
That's like the humdrum saloon or hatchback, but with a bit of pep.
It was.
A bit of spice.
A bit of turn the wick up.
Turn the wick up.
That was it.
Turn the wick up.
Work a bit of magic on that.
That's
a bit of once over.
I like
and it was, you know, companies like Lotus and Cosworth working for all kinds of brands and stuff like that. And Coscast. Yeah, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And
well-defined stuff.
I don't think we have blue-collar heroes anymore. I think what we have is what I'd call white-collar rock stars.
Yeah.
And the best definition I can give of that is the latest Nissan GTR.
Yeah.
And what's happening now is these kind of cars that are pepped up and tuned up and poked up and everything else. Hopped up. You would have said back in the day when you hopped up. They
Americans will love that.
They're all technical, aren't they? Very technical cars.
Yeah.
Expensive cars.
Yeah.
GTR is what, 80 grand or something like that?
I think so now, yeah. Bit cheaper when it first came out, but not now.
And like the RS Focuses now are all four-wheel drive and drift mode, and the Honda Civics are all like computers with turbochargers attached now, and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's gone.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, like, take the Capri. Yeah, Capri was just... I mean, Capri's a bit tricky, because the whole model range of the Capri is kind of blue-collar hero, isn't it? But it is a bit... I mean, that was a Cortina underneath, I think, wasn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And it's just like, that's the kind of thing, isn't it? Sort of chuck a sort of slightly racier body on it.
Yeah.
That'll do. Or chuck a slightly racier body in it and a bit of a hepped-up engine.
It's like the way
simple
you could
stuff,
get,
wasn't it? Like you say.
2.8 injection Granada.
Yeah.
You know, you had like the big engine in that, and people are like, pretty hard about that.
That's it. It's that kind of thing as well, isn't it? It's like you say, like that simple thing of big engine in a normal car.
Cavalier SRI.
Yeah.
You know, it was red. It had the lines, had a wing on the back. It was at the time. It was like you could go and buy a normal car that your wife.
Yeah.
Kind of. And I know that's incredibly misogynistic of me to say that, but that's how it's defined.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, oh, brilliant, it's got 5 doors and you can fit, stuff in the hatchback. And then you'd be like, but
it's got spoiler and it's got a, bit more.
Watch out, Sonny Jim, watch out in your 205 GTI.
Exactly.
Because watch out, here comes a 4-door saloon.
Well, 205 GTIs are really cool, because that's, like, there's not, I don't think there's much, might be a bit of cladding different between them, but between the sort of 1.1 litre base spec 205 and then your 1.6 that was just...
They were practical, they were affordable, and that was the thing about the whole blue collar thing. Now, I might upset you with this.
I'm scared now. You don't like... Is this a GTR? Is it a GTR dig?
No, it's not a GTR dig.
Okay.
It's way worse than that. Would it be fair to say that
it's the Japanese fault?
No.
Okay.
Would it be fair to say that the modern blue collar hero is the sports diesel?
You're probably right.
We
in that mould of just put a thumper into a normal car or just hep up a normal car.
Well, it's not even like they put a thump. It's just like it just so happens.
Yeah, that diesels are just ridiculous.
Torque you get out of them now because they've made them so efficient for petrol.
Yeah.
So for fuel use, not petrol. I mean, it's so efficient for fuel use.
Yeah.
That they churn out loads of torque.
Yeah, instead, yeah.
And I wonder, how the old joke about it, the
330D,
330D,
all the chip 330,
all the
or
car
335. I think it might be 335D.
Right, 335.
Yeah,
It's been
nothing
on for
faster.
10 years.
Nothing faster.
And I think that's where it comes from. It's because it doesn't matter who you are. You could probably get in on the 335 bandwagon at some point, and it's a very, very practical car.
Yeah,
probably on a lease
some
deal,
generation as
it
well.
probably
Even
is
if you had to have an older one,
paying it off on a monthly payment, and it would have crap loads of torque.
Yeah.
And if you chipped it, then that would make you a bit of an X car. And
true. Sad state of affairs, really. But I think you're right that's where it's gone.
And I think it's because we're peak petrol.
Yeah.
I think there's any denying that. I think that the cars like the GTR have taken petrol engine cars probably as far as we can realistically go. And they did it first, but now Honda are there, now Ford are there. Everyone's catching up, and they're all just like, when an EcoBoost Fiesta can get 120, 130 horsepower out of less than a litre, you're just like, you know what, it's not going to get much better than that.
No, that's it, like 130 brake a litre.
So I put it to thee, because we were saying, are electric cars going to just make supercars pointless?
Yeah.
The electric hatchback revolution is forthcoming, because here's the deal: everyone's starting from zero on this, aren't they?
Yeah, true.
We aren't peak electric. We're nowhere even near. We're not even on we're barely off the starting line.
Do you think people are going to be like wanging like some electric sort of gadgetry into kind of little hatchbacks and making new 205 GTIs and Mark 1 Golfs? And
I reckon,
electro wizardry.
Clio eSport.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before Renault just go, right, you can have a Clio eSport. Oh, by the way, it does 0-60 in 4 seconds.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean...
That's what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
Because the electric motor means so much power, and it means it's so good for putting power into the ground. Makes the car so drivable, so livable with. Yeah. Plus they're efficient, plus the economy's there.
Yeah.
We're going to have this whole wave of gadget-oriented tech people who are now going to be, I like cars now.
Yeah, very true.
You don't have to have oily hands anymore. They don't shit all over the environment and everything. And what I think we're going to see is like these generation changes, like when the iPhones and smartphones were coming out, and it was like, do you know what the new Android phone can do in terms of photography or processing power or running a game?
Yeah.
It's going to be these kind of insane, sorry to use that word, these remarkable jumps in terms of generational improvements. It's going to mean I mean, it's basically the GTR now.
Yeah.
Which I'd say is like the kind of watermark of petrol car performance.
Affordable, sort of normal.
A four-seater car that a family can sit and put stuff in the back.
Yeah.
I reckon we're going to get so close to that level of performance from an electric car.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a cheap, affordable...
Well, you only have to look at Tesla, don't you? And that's sort of like, okay, that's high-end at the moment, but the way battery costs are falling, all the parts, the sort of the parts that go to make up electric cars are falling all the time.
Yeah.
It's only going to be, like you say, so long before someone just crams a load of batteries, works out the whole sort of, ludicrousy mode kind of stuff, and just goes, you know what, we're just going to release this. And even, like I say, even in standard form, though, it's not even going to need ludicrous mode.
It could be. I mean, you need a banner.
Yeah.
And it could be that it is the Model 3 from Tesla.
Yeah.
They just do a Model 3 ludicrous.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I think companies like Tesla and stuff like that, they're a little bit hesitant to release a sports electric car. Everyone's a bit like, no, we're doing it for efficiency, honest, and stuff like that. At some point,
green,
someone's going to go, you know what? Here's your sporty electric car, and it's sporty because it's electric, and that's where that's when the blue collar hero returns.
Well, look at the Zoe. We got that concept, but I mean that's some hot hatchery that I could get behind. I think the Zoe looks ace anyway. And Renault are quite far on with that. They were one of the first people to get going.
They're
with
kind of like getting themselves ready for this, aren't they?
Renault, I think they're positioning themselves to be...
Perfect. They are like the country of hot hatches.
Yeah, that's it. And they've always been known for that. And really, they've struggled a little bit with the Megane and the Clio recently. Yeah. And maybe they're going to get their mojo back with a bit of electricity.
Definitely. Imagine a 4-wheel drive. electric powered hatch.
Yeah.
With, I don't know, 100-mile range.
Yeah.
So it's not, so the battery technology can get there.
Yes, true.
And it can just shit all of its energy
Yes.
into those electric motors
Yeah.
and modulate those motors perfectly.
Yeah.
With amazing traction.
Yeah.
Could be good. Could be good.
Be more than good. Be the future.
I, for one, welcome our electric
Our
overlords.
electric overlords, like, absolutely.
Right then,
Are we going to go straight? We can break.
wrap that up. I'll have another little break.
Just
Next one.
chill in the leather-clad luxury.
See you then.